It has been an extremely busy day for FBI, state and local police here in the city of Boston. Beth Germano is now standing by in Copley Square with the very latest there. Beth?
Well, Joe, as you know, it was quite a scene here outside the Westin Hotel just a few hours ago as those agencies you mentioned, state and local police, the arson squad, the bomb squad, the K-9 units, they were all here, and you can imagine the crowd that attracted at lunchtime and the concerns there were about safety. The hotel had to be evacuated, we are told, and as you know, we told you 3 people have been taken into custody as the intense investigation into yesterday's hijackings appears to have taken a turn here in Boston today. Just after noontime, heavily armed SWAT teams burst through a crowd into the Westin Hotel and chaos began.
Back up! Back up! Everybody off of Huntington Avenue on the other side.
Bomb squad and K-9 reinforcements moved in.
I believe I did see a couple of dogs in there sniffing around, but I don't know if they found anything.
While curiosity reigned on the streets, inside the hotel, evacuations began along with the unsettling rumors.
There was a bomb squad guy on the elevator. I guess the FBI is in 16 and 28, on floor 16 and 28, and there's some EMS people on 14. And
they knocked on the door. They said it was security, and they tried to push my door. And I opened it up, and he says, you have to leave the room.
WBZ has learned 3 Arab nationals were taken into custody after investigators tracked them through credit card transactions at the hotel. Employees were asked other questions as well.
They just have a suspicion that one of the people that they're looking for rented a car this morning from the budget desk up in the hotel.
Just hours before in Newton, FBI and state police were surrounding a hotel room at the old Sioux Chalet on Route 9. They were mum about the search operation that started at dawn but had questions for the front desk. What kind of questions were they asking?
They were asking her what procedures she followed when she checked somebody out yesterday.
Definitely talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I think they definitely mentioned yesterday.
Now, things appear to be back to normal here outside the Westin Hotel, but certainly the search that went on inside a few hours ago has rattled nerves. It was about 3 o'clock that the police tape finally came down. Investigators started clearing out, and people were allowed to go back inside, but the questions certainly linger. Joe?
Now, Beth, do we know what they took out of the hotel, if they took anything out? I know it was a tough vantage point throughout the day, but did we see what they actually took from the hotel?
We didn't actually see what they took from the hotel, and we only know, as I mentioned, that the 3 suspects, or they're not being called suspects at this point, but those 3 individuals, we are told, were taken into custody. We did not actually see them brought out of the building, but that has been confirmed this afternoon by the FBI. It was quite an intense scene here, Joe, as you can well imagine, with all those enforcement agencies that I told you about. We were also on the other side of the hotel, and we could see the Boston Fire Department going around and checking some of the hydrants. And that gives you an idea of the scope of what they may have been preparing for. Employees inside the hotel say things started slowly. Then all of a sudden they were told to move out. Boston police were going door to door, telling all folks inside, especially on upper floors, to move out. And really quite unsettling for a lot of the guests inside. They'd leave their hotel rooms, they'd go out into the hallways, and there would be somebody perhaps from a SWAT team or somebody from one of the K-9 units. And they simply told us they wanted to get out of the hotel just as soon as they could. Everyone certainly has their minds full of those images from yesterday.
Now, is all the information coming from police and FBI at this point? I guess my question really is the hotel saying anything? And are the rooms they were searching today, are they still cordoned off at this point? Do we know that? How helpful is the hotel being?
We don't know if those rooms in particular have been cordoned off. There is no visible sign of any intense presence here right now. There are some squad cars here kind of keeping a perimeter around the building. We were told that they were up on some of the upper floors. We're told the 16th floor, the 17th floor. Some of the guests tell us they saw people up on the 28th floor. So they appeared to be focused on rooms that were on some of the upper floors. We know, though, that guests were allowed to go back inside. It's unclear if they've cordoned off some of those rooms, though, on the inside.
And we heard they were using some fiber optic equipment there today, Beth. Do you know what that was for? Why would it be used?
Well, I think they're using any kinds of means at this point. We do know that there was something involved, WBZ is told, with credit card transactions inside the hotel that may have been used by these three individuals. I think they are using all kinds of means to try to track anybody who may have been connected in any way to those hijackings yesterday. And we certainly know Boston was ground zero yesterday, and this has certainly been an intense operation here today.
All right, Beth Germano, live outside the Westin Copley Hotel. Thank you very much for joining us.